And then now he's making 5 figures. I cannot disclose his salary.
Of course.
AI is going to disrupt the whole world. Ever since I was 9 years old, I have been in this industry.
You know, every big idea starts with someone asking, what if? 10 years ago, a tech guy asking himself, what if he could close the gap between industry and education? And from that simple but bold question, Lead was born. Let's hear from Dr. Lau, the founder and CEO of Lead. Dr. Lau, actually what inspired you to start Lead 10 years ago?
So when I was overseas, right, I look at a lot of countries like Singapore, Australia, US. They all have very good tech academies. Yeah, so they have people like normal people. They can go to coding school. They attend the boot camps. They can learn all sort of different technical skills. But if you look at Malaysia, especially 10 years ago, right, there are not that many schools that teach all those practical skills in the market. So I think that's one of the main reasons that I started Lead. And back then I was at Magic Academy serving as a director, and then after that tenure has ended, and yeah, I just privatized the whole academy and then turned it into Lead. Yeah, so that's the whole backstory.
Wow. Then looking back, what was the moment that made you feel like this journey is really worth it?
I think every time, every class, every time when I did a webinar, every time when we train some students and looking at the outputs, looking at their work, I think that's the time that I felt like, okay, all the sweat and tears are worth it. Yeah.
So every time you look at your student result, then you feel like, wow,
yeah.
this is the reason.
Because a lot of time when students ask us, right, I say, oh, we're beginners, can we join your classes? I said, of course, our classes are designed for beginners, yeah, and then they go from beginners to be able to build their first mobile apps running on their phone, or they finally make their first landing page and use it to sell their products. And this is the moment that I feel proud.
Wow, so even as a beginner, they can learn and attend your class, then after that they can build their own apps.
Yeah. So if you are not a beginner, you don't usually have to come to our classes. Yeah, they come for us for coaching, for consulting, yes. But for most of the classes, it's designed for beginners who knows nothing, and then they try to pick out and enter the journey, whether it's a programmer, as a developer, or data scientist, or AI engineers even.
Oh, that's very cool. So as a founder, what do you see is your biggest strength and also the biggest challenges that you are facing?
Challenges is I myself is an introvert, so every time when I have to see, that's the thing, right? Yeah, so I assume I did a good job, but the hard part is I have to pitch to people, I have to speak to clients, and to speak in front of the public and so on. So that is something that I'm not really comfortable doing, even up until this stage. But the part that I think my biggest strength in teaching is that I'm able to take some of the hard to understand technical concepts and explain it in layman's terms to pass it down to people who don't really come from a technical background. I mean, we live in the technology world, so to speak, right? But yeah, let's say you are driving a car, but you don't necessarily know what is a gear, how does the brake works and so on. But at least you know how to drive a car. So my job is to make those difficult things easily applicable in your daily lives.
Then what is the most memorable story from a student that reminded you why you want to start Leads?
So I have this student named Sun Chung. So he joined us, I think 2017 or 2018, when I was doing the second data science bootcamp. And then he started off as a financial controller, financial guy. Yeah, and he just handling some basic transactions, accounting, and he doesn't know what's next for him, right? And then he joined data science, and he opened his eyes, and then he
From a finance guy?
Yeah, from a finance guy. So he started to learn all those different things about data analytics, the SQL databases, and then how to properly analyze the data, get insights, and then build reports, dashboard, and so on. And then after that, he joined some very cool companies from Touch and Go, and then Axiata, and then Citibank.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
as a tech guy, as a tech person.
As a non-tech person, he's just a finance guy. Yeah, as a finance guy, and then he was making like 2,000 plus ringgit per month, and then now he's making 5 figures. I cannot disclose his salary.
Of course.
And then he recently just joined Aeon Credit, so he managed to go from a finance guy to a fintech guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is actually very cool.
Yeah.
So, in your view, what was the turning point when AI truly started changing the world?
We get in touch with AI ever since I was a kid. When you play Super Mario, when you play all those games that the computer's AI beat you in your games, and then you feel like, shit, this is something that I have to overcome and I have to crack it. That's my personal story. Like, ever since I was young, I was playing the game, I deal with AI all the time. But in terms of the business world, I think it's the generative AI, especially the drawing part, the image part, the image editing, generating cartoons, logos, icons. That is the time that I really feel like, okay, AI has really changed my life. Because all the while I was the creator. I built apps, I built AI models and so on. But image and videos, the creative side are the things that I never touched before. And I either outsource to other people or I try to edit the videos myself to the best of my capability. Yeah, and then when all the like Mid-Journey, all those things came out, I start to feel like, okay, this is something that's really meaningful to me. Yeah, saved my life many times. Yeah, I respond 100 times because of that. Yeah.
Then what do you think is the biggest misconception people usually have about AI?
A lot of people would think of funny things like AI got no emotions, AI is going to take over your jobs, and then AI is going to destruct the whole world, or artificial general intelligence are coming. So those things that they watch too much movies, okay, basically.
It's not true?
It's not true. It's totally not true. AI is just a set, just mathematical, formula equation. It's just some numbers, some parameters, right? So I think that's the biggest misconception. Is that I cannot expect a set of numbers or mathematics equations is going to kill us or to destruct the whole world. It's not possible theoretically, right? And
so you don't believe that one day AI will take over the world?
How is it possible? I don't know. I can't foresee that. Probably it's my problem, but I don't personally. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, it's good to hear that.
It's my personal opinion. You can have a different views.
I was worried that AI will take over the world.
Okay.
Then which role in the workplace are the most likely to be replaced or enhanced by AI in the next 5 years in your own view?
I think if you use the word AI, you can replace the word AI with technologies, right? Let's say people always say, ATM machines replace the job function of a teller. But you still see tellers in the bank. It's just that we have fewer tellers who does the job. And then even though you have those vacuum cleaner robots and so on, but it still doesn't really replace a mop, a cleaner, or the role of a mother whose job is to make sure that the house is clean and safe for the kids to live and so on. So certain things, certain job functionalities, certain tasks will definitely be replaced and, in your words, right, enhanced by technologies. Any sort of technologies like machines, IoTs, and AI is just one of them. It's just that the impact of AI will be expanded to as many industries as possible, just like how electricity is changing the world. But it doesn't mean that those things that does not rely on electricity should be thrown away or should be disappeared. Yeah, you just like photographs and so on. So it still has some value, but in the whole view of historical technology advancement, yeah, it's just a small part.
So if someone wants to start at learning AI skill, what is the very first step you would recommend?
In today's world, just go and download, sign up for a ChatGPT account, okay? And if they want to really serious about it, then sign up for a ChatGPT Plus account. That's the best thing to do, right? That's the best thing to do because you get to understand what AI really can do. Yeah, it can write codes, it can help you to write marketing copies, it can write some not so funny jokes, it can help you to write YouTube script, it can generate YouTube thumbnails, it can help you. Other than making songs, I think ChatGPT can do most of the things, right? Yeah, so it's to give you an idea how smart AI really is, and then when you deal with it long enough, you also know that how dumb AI can get to a certain extent. So it's good at certain things like reasoning, thinking, planning, but there are other things that it still cannot do well. They still need humans to implement it. So, and I always believe AI can help you to answer questions,
yes,
but it cannot help you to solve problems.
This is actually very deep. Okay. Okay, so in your point of view, which AI trend or technology do you think deserve the most attention right now?
I think any AI technologies that help people to do good things will deserve better attention. So for example, right, this is something that a lot of people they didn't mention, like tuition, okay, quality education. So if you look at people who are in the rural areas, I don't want to say any state, like, okay, whether is it in Malaysia, in Africa, in anywhere of the world, right? Just because they don't have internet connections, they lack of teachers, and they are in rural areas, their transportation is not so good, so they can't have or can't receive proper education. But all you need to do, if the kid's really keen to learn, right, you just give them a laptop, an old laptop, loaded with some LLM, large language model, and they can start to have a professional private tutor that's of at least bachelor, master's level. You don't have to go all the way to PhD, and this tutor can answer all the questions from geography, history, mathematics, science, and so on. So I think this will really, on a grand scale, right, it will level the playing field, and everybody is able to receive much more education, especially those kids who are less fortunate compared to us. Yes. For kids like us in the town, our main problem and the main source of pressure comes from education, comes from studying and having to learn too many things. But yeah, you look at people from the other side of the world, this is something that they really feel like they want to have it. And now with AI, with all those open source models, they can have it.
It's very meaningful if like all the kids from the rural area can have like a proper laptop, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a fully functional, MacBook Pro, M4, that sort of thing. Yeah, and any of our old laptops, or even an old enough mobile phone, right? iPhone 14, iPhone 15, and you pass it to them with some of the basic LLM application, I think it's good enough for them to learn a lot more about what they are learning now and to know the world better.
If you are not running this business, which industry would you choose?
It's very hard to tell, because ever since I was 9 years old, I have been in this industry. Nice. So yeah, ever since I was 9 years old, I have been doing this, writing codes, helping people to build applications and so on. So it's very hard for me to visualize myself not in IT industry. I have not tried anything else, right? I can't do sports. Okay, I can't do arts, I can't do mathematics and so on. So yeah, I don't know. I seriously have no idea.
You live and breathe AI and IT.
IT, yeah. So even if I'm really not in IT, I still think that some of the questions that you asked before, like my strengths, right, I could probably go into any industry. Let's say, I don't know, cooking, maybe. Yeah, you can tell that I'm someone who likes cooking and eating, right? So I can learn some culinary skills and teach it to people who wants to learn but don't know how to cook, and they don't have the right.
Still be a teacher somehow.
Educator, yeah.
Educator.
Yeah, something like. I like to learn new things. Okay, in a nutshell, right? Generalize this. I like to learn new things, and I like to pass the skills to other people.
It's very good. Thank you, Dr. Lau. Thank you so much for answering all the questions.
Thank you.